Good morning and welcome back to the I Am Paradigm channel. This is my third video. As of today, I have no subscribers, I have no views, but hopefully, as you're watching this, that number has changed. So, today, I want to talk about something that we've all heard of when it comes to manifesting. And Neville made this possible or brought it up by a phrase that's called living in the end. And what exactly does that mean, live in the end? Um, People tend to think of manifestation as let me think about what I want and visualize what I want, and then it pops up. And if you're not manifesting, if you're doing that, um, it's not working. And why do I say that? Because I tried that. I was probably the most visualizing person in the world. I probably, you know, sat down for hours and hours and just visualized my life and, my car and my house and my career. And um, it never came true. And then I met Neville, or heard of Neville, and he broke down the true meaning of manifestation. Because what we don't understand is that we are emitting a vibration every second. And the universe, God, your higher power, whomever, it doesn't resonate with what you want. It gives you who you are. And we've heard the phrase before, to him who has nothing, nothing will be given, and to him who has more given. What that means is a person that's receiving what they want and receiving their manifestations is a person that is actually emitting that vibration. Even if in the physical world they don't have that money or that car or that house or that person, inside they know that they do. They believe that they do. And by knowing that and believing that, you change your vibration and you send it out there, and it finds the like attraction, and it brings it to you. So living in the end is not just sitting back and visualizing the life you want. It's actually, in some cases, and in all cases, it's living in the life you don't want, but inside you're in that life. Okay? Inside you're walking around as if you're in that mansion. If you're driving that car, if you're driving your hoopty right now, no, you're driving your Corvette, you're driving your Lambo, you're driving your Ferrari. That's what living in the end means. It's not just visualizing and affirming. It's becoming that person internally so that it emits that vibration and it lines up with that timeline, lines up with that reality that you are seeking. So living in the end is very, very simple. You have to go inside your mind. Yes, you can visualize, but you have to feel what it will be like to have this life, have that person, drive that car. And that's what will line you up to it. Because in actuality, in reality, you already have that car, you already have that house, that life, that person, but you aren't aligned with it vibrationally. So in order to manifest, to bring it into the physical world, what already exists in the mental world, you have to align your vibration. And by doing that, you have to be in the midst of hell on the outside, but inside you're in heaven. On the inside, you're living the life and experiencing the life you want to experience. So living in the end is not just visualizing the end of what you want and the end of what you desire. Living in the end means to experience it right now. Even if you're living in a shack on the side of the street, inside you have that power to to create that reality because you're emitting that vibration out to you now. So if this makes sense to you, hit that like, subscribe, make a comment, and I'll elaborate more on this topic. I'll keep these videos short, 5 minutes or so. But I'll definitely talk more about living in the end. And just know it's about going inside and emitting that vibration. Talk to you soon.